Hello everyone. After install Anaconda software from their official website, just type Anaconda Navigator in search box. So you can see Anaconda Navigator. Open. Type Anaconda Navigator. Click open. Even we can open by using Jupyter Notebook prompt on command. Right? Without using command prompt, just click on search, type Anaconda Navigator and open. Without using command prompt, we can open by using typing Anaconda Navigator in search and open. So this is the dashboard of Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator is a graphical user interface that helps users manage their Python and R environments, packages, applications easily without using the command line. It is a part of the Anaconda distribution which is widely used for data science, machine learning and AI projects. So no need to type complex commands. Everything is accessible through a simple interface. Right? We can easily install, update and remove Python, R packages like NumPy, Pandas and TensorFlow also. See, it provides access to PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, so and also VS Code. Even you can work with R environment, right? R environment, PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, VS Code, Jupyter Lab, and even with R environment. Right? So by using environment setup, we can create and switch between multiple environments for different projects. Right? Different projects. We can create and switch between multiple for different projects. So by using learning tab, we can access tutorials and documents. See, there are two buttons are on the top of the toolbar, right? So by using learning tab, we can access tutorials and documents. So we can create documents. So learning tab is access to tutorials and documents. So community tab used to connect with other data science professionals and get help from them. So Anaconda Navigator makes it easy for beginners to manage Python and R environments without using the command line. So it is a great tool for students and professionals working on data science, machine learning and AI projects. So here the Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab, right? So now we are going to working with Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab. Jupyter Notebook is nothing but advanced version of Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Lab is the advanced version of Jupyter Notebook. Just click on Jupyter Notebook. So you will get open Jupyter Notebook dashboard page. So Jupyter Notebook dashboard page. So this is the Jupyter Notebook dashboard page. Here you can access files and folders. You can create an environment here, right? So before going to start a project, you can create a folder. So in the desktop or any other folders, whichever you want. So now a path like a desktop. Click on desktop. Within the desktop, click on the desktop. Within the desktop, I am creating a folder. So I'm creating a new folder. So within the desktop, I'm creating a folder like Anaconda. I'm creating a folder to build projects or something, right? Using Jupyter Notebook. So in the desktop, Anaconda Jupyter. I created a folder Anaconda Jupyter for temporary. So I created a folder Anaconda Jupyter in the desktop. So here you can create a text file. Now I am creating a text file for text sample file. I am creating a sample text file. Right? I am giving a name like basic thing. Right? You can create a text file. Right? To write a documentation or something. Right? So just I created a text file named as basic. So just open it. So you can write text related things here, notes or something like that, right? By using text file. It is like a notepad text file, right? So I am giving a name. So I am renaming it to Python or Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. I am renaming it to Jupyter Notebook, right? After, so this is just a text file. So just I created a text file within the project. Just like same like we can create our notebook file, right? So just closed it, and now I am going to create a notebook, Jupyter Notebook file. Jupyter Notebook file. So this is a Jupyter Notebook text file. Just I created sample text file. So same like by using Python 3, right? New, click on Python 3, new, click. I am using Python 3. So I created a notebook file. So just click on it. This is our newly created notebook. Just I named it Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. So named it Jupyter Notebook, right? Here there are few options on the toolbar like file, edit, view. See, same, there are multiple options are there. We'll discuss one by one. Okay. See. So dashboard, there are new buttons, toolbar, code cells. So, right, these all are code cells. Code cells. These all are called cells. So we can create a cells by using the plus button on the toolbar, right? So these all are code cells. This is current. See, for example, if it is a current cell, right? We can create. We can move it to up and down. We can move it to up and down, right? This is a cell. We can create. We can move it to up. We can move it down by using the arrows, up and down arrows. We can move it up. We can move it down. So this, so we just I duplicate the cell, right? By see, you can create new cell above the current cell and below the current cell. So even you can remove the cell, right, by using delete option, right? You can create below the current cell, right? So by create up cell creation and down cell creation to the current cell, right? By using these cells, we can write code and text, right? By using code cell, we can write code, right? We can write Python code, and even you can write JavaScript also, right? So here I am using a equal to 5, b equal to 5, a equal to 5, b equal to 5. So a plus b equal to print a plus b. So a plus b equal to, now see, print a plus b, just print, right? It is a 10. So we can write code like this by within the cells. So now you can run. Just I used shift enter. You can also use run options like this, run selected cell, right? Run selected cell and insert below. So if I use shift enter, so automatically it will create new cell within the current cell, right? So there are plenty of options are there in the top of the toolbar. So these all are very basic things, just like create, duplicate, copy and paste. So refresh, run the cell, interrupt the cell, copy the cells, right? So the important thing we have to discuss is the code markdown and raw, right? Code markdown and raw. These all are belongs to cell properties. Jupyter Notebook. I am writing a Jupyter Notebook. The first one I created a code cell. Now I am going to create markdown. What is meant by markdown? Means it's nothing about like a HTML, hypertext markup language, right? So just Anaconda Navigator, Jupyter Notebook. So when it comes to HTML, so when you are working with headings like H1, H2, H3, so you use H1, H2, H3 until H7, right? Same like here we can use hash symbol. Before the text, I used hash symbol. If it is single hash, it should be H1. If it is double hash, it should be H2. If it is triple hash, that means it is a H3. Same like we can give until 7, right? So I am writing some text like I am writing text. Jupyter Notebook is. So now I am writing some text. So markdown cell is nothing but it is used to design our text like a HTML. We can use to to design text. So Jupyter Notebook is an interactive, so it is nothing but just like a HTML to design text like headings, list, text like that. So you can do documentation by using Markdown, right? Jupyter Notebook is a web-based environment where you can write and execute, code, execute Python code or code, write and execute code, right? This is just like to create HTML, right? I am designing text in Markdown cell, right? Just I am writing features like, so I am creating a list, right? So we can use using features. First one is using for data science. So Jupyter Notebook used in data science. Just I am creating a list, right? Same like HTML within the Markdown cell, right? This is a Markdown cells. So there is a 3 types of cells like code, Markdown, and raw. So now I am working with Markdown. First one is using for data science. So the first I used for code. The first cell I used for write a code, right? So second one is using for AI. So the second one is using for AI. Using for AI. First cell I used to write a code. Now I am writing like a text to design text. We use Markdown, right? So second one, this is second, right? Second. So I am creating a simple list. Now third one is using for Python, using for games also, right? Using for games development, using for game development also, right? You can use Python for data science, machine learning, and AI projects, and also you can use for game development, right? So just like this is just like hypertext markup language, right? Just I designed text like headings, content, right? List. So now see, this is the which I created by using Markdown cell, right? H1, H2, H3, some basic text, and features is nothing but a like bold. I am giving like italic, right? So italic, I'm giving italic, right? I'm using capital U. I'm using the features as C. Just remove the star. Now see, single star both sides. So it is a italic. So it is a italic. So now I want to make it bold and italic. So for that you can add one more star symbol before and after, right? So now it is a bold and italic, right? Likewise, you can design the text by using Markdown cell, right? First we created a cell called code. Now I created a cell that is called Markdown. This is a code based cell, code. So the second one is Markdown cell to design the content. Even you can import images also, right? So the third cell is raw cell. Raw is nothing but we can kept raw data as it is, may it is text or code for reference or to compare with other codes. So when you want to compare with other files with the same code, so you can copy the code into the raw cell as it is. Okay, you can keep kept as it is by using raw cell. This is about raw cell, right? And then in the file option, we can export our file into various formats like HTML, PDF, Markdown, text file, right? So now I am exporting our file into text file. So now I am exporting our file into text file. So it will give you as a text file. Same like we can export our project into multiple formats, right? So now I exported our text, our current file into a text file. So same like we can export into multiple formats, right? So and the important thing is, if you want to work with Jupyter Lab, just go view option and click Jupyter Lab. Right? It will redirect it to Jupyter Lab. Jupyter Lab is nothing but advanced version of Jupyter Notebook. So now I'm writing something like this, right? See, we can see a left side panel, right? There is a file browser running terminals and kernels. This is a file browser. We can create files and we can manage files and folders. We can upload files and folders. We can refresh. So we can manage files and folders. So the next one is running terminals and kernels, right? If you restart kernel, clears all variables and reruns the code. Interrupt kernel is nothing but stop execution of a long running process. The next one is nothing but like a table of content. See, if I write something in the notebook page, see, I am just copying from the previous Jupyter notebook. So just copied and paste here. So enter. This is a markdown cell. So just shift enter. So now see, there is in the left side, it's automatically showing the table of content, right? The heading H2, H1, H2, H3, right? So that is a nothing but table of content we can see by using left side panel. The last one is extension manager. The extension manager allows users to install, manage and update third-party extensions to enhance functionality. Right? Can add features like code, right? So I'm using if I'm writing Python, so you can see there are plenty of options to install Python related plugins, Python related extensions. So if you want, you can install plugins by using extension manager, right? This is all about Jupyter Lab. This is just simple. So for ML and AI, for game development, so Jupyter Notebook is an interactive web-based environment where you can write and execute Python code, right? Jupyter Notebook allows you to write code, run it and see results immediately, and also you can write text and images and use Markdown for documentation.